Hi, I'm Robert Cochran, and welcome back to Faces of Parkinson's. Today I'm joined by John Carmichael. John, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
John, thanks so much. We met on Facebook where I find so many of these great stories, and you have a unique story, I think, in terms of your advocacy and how you go after it. But let's back up. Let's get some of the basics here. You're relatively newly diagnosed, is that correct?
Correct. It's about 2 years now. I was diagnosed at 49.
You're diagnosed at 49. A lot of people like to hear that initial feeling of what was the reaction when you got diagnosed and your initial feeling about it.
Well, I am a nurse, so ultimately I was really disappointed and saddened by the outlook. It was a little bleak. But I had about a month where I kind of battled that. My wife and I, we had a few tears and things, and then we kind of formed a plan. What are we going to do? We researched a lot of things that would help, and we decided we were going to battle it head on.
That's beautiful. So right away, it sounds like you had some support based off of the fear in your wife. How much did your reaching out to other people, not just internet researching, which is great that we have it, but how much did reaching out to other people help you?
Early on that was really big. Certainly on this series you've interviewed Christian Banda, and he was one of the first people I connected with, and he is just like a motivating factor, and he encouraged me to get active quickly, and he has been a big push for me, a big help, and I encourage other people to do the same and to connect with groups that are like-minded.
Yeah, I know Christian will love hearing that because that's the thing. We can spread great messages by who we are and what we do. And that's why I feel, and you can let me know now 2 years in, that it's very important, maybe the most important thing, to grab those people right when they're started and they're scared and say, come join us, come be part of this because there is hope, there's new opportunity.
Exactly. That's we started a Parkinson's support group here locally. Living in a rural area, there are not many resources, and what I'm finding is as people trickle in, they realize they didn't really have a lot of opportunity. They were given some medicine and sent home, and that was basically it. So this has been a good opportunity for them to connect.
That's right. And where are you exactly?
Uh, I live in a small town called Florenton, Alabama, which is in Lower Alabama, hence the name of our group, Shaking Up LA, Lower Alabama. So, yeah.
That's great. And how many members in the group?
Right now, we currently have about five. It's growing a little bit. It's a little slow in growth. People with Parkinson's tend to be a little private. So overcoming some of those barriers, but the word's getting out. It's a small town, so it's good.
That is good. And you bring up a great point about people being private, or perhaps being reclusive, and in that comes isolation, and with that, potentially depression, which we know is a major issue. Can you speak to that a little bit about the importance of getting involved in the community for you and maybe what you've seen for others?
Oh yeah, that is very important. I know it's easy to fall into not or to want to avoid the crowd. There's a lot of you have a lot of self-image issues, particularly if you tremor or you have problems remembering or walking and things like that. It's very important to connect with groups. I tend to ride or run for veterans or children's cancer. I try to focus on things that are outside of the Parkinson's realm just to say, hey, I have Parkinson's, but it's not going to hold me back, and I can help other people regardless of what they have going on.
I love that.
And that gives me a positive mindset with that. So.
For sure. And that really, what that does too is, like you said, you're not being defined by Parkinson's. You're saying, look, I'm a contributing member. One of the big things I know from my dad is he just wants to be seen as a normal guy. He doesn't want to be known as Dan, the guy with Parkinson's. He wants to
Right.
he wants to get along and contribute.
Exactly. And, I write a blog and I coined a little phrase where I said, I don't want to be shaken by my Parkinson's diagnosis, but I want to shake up the world that I live in spite of my Parkinson's. So it is so important to not let it define you, to just stay part of the world and to say, hey, yeah, I have something going on, but it's okay because I can positively impact your life in a way, and it benefits me in the long run.
That's beautiful. Now, so let's talk a little specifics here about that exercise program you do and what you're up to. You showed me some of the photos. Tell me about what we're looking at and why exercise is so important to you.
Yeah, I do. I spend time in the gym. One of the first things I did was endurance biking right off the bat. I mean, now I wasn't endurance biking for very long in the beginning, but I've certainly found myself riding for causes like, say, for veterans and children's cancer and things, and have achieved some pretty good distances. 68 miles is my longest right now. I'm excited about that, moving from a life where I wasn't very active. I ran in a Warrior Dash last year, and I'm currently registered to run the first race of my Spartan trifecta this year. Christian kind of enticed me into doing that, but I'm going to use that in combination with Davis Finney Foundation as a fundraiser this year. So I hope to be a big voice for Parkinson's this year over the course of the next 9 months or so.
Well, that's fantastic. All that work. We work with, I got some friends with Davis Finney out here, and Jimmy Choi will be coming on the program soon, and you know what he's up to. And boy, watching him, I mean, again, I'm the same way. I said, Jimmy, I'm going to get down and I'm going to start getting with you because, I'm a care partner for my dad. But again, who cares? We're not defined by it. Look at what you're doing as a human being, right?
Yeah, and you know what a great guy Jimmy is. I remember right after he competed on American Ninja Warrior, I had sent him just a brief message. I didn't even know him, and he kind of looked on my Facebook and he sent me a message encouraging me to. He said, this was my time. Now is your time. Be that voice in Alabama where you are. And what a great encouragement he is.
That's right. And that's a wonderful point you bring up again. All of us can do something where we are to help the people around us, and we don't know where those connections are going to lead us, how we are going to become interconnected and bigger than we even imagined.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, look, we're going to be coming around with the Boys of Summer films, and we're going to be in various markets. And when we get close to you in southern Alabama, I'm going to let you know, and I hope to see you at a screening. I know we've got something coming up in Dallas. Is that, 4 or 5 hour drive? Or
it's a little further than 4 or 5 hours.
Is it that far?
If you get close enough, my wife and I will be sure to watch it.
How about Tampa Bay? Is that closer?
That's about the same distance. Tampa Bay, it's like we're in the middle of nowhere down
All
here.
right.
So,
well, we'll figure it out. Because we'd love to come see you and get your story up close and personal. And, when we get together to do these screenings, it's an awful lot of fun. So please stay in touch. I'll keep watching you, and, let's keep lifting each other up.
All right, man. Sounds like a plan.
Oh, I got to ask, wait, did I miss anything? Is there anything else you wanted to get in here?
No, I just appreciate, what folks like yourself are doing, just getting the word out. And, I just appreciate the Parkinson's community. I know a lot of times folks are really down by this disease, but there's a lot of folks out there going through this with you. And just, I would encourage folks to reach out and just find those strong people and just hang on to them and get encouraged and just join that energy.
Well, I hope people will do exactly that, just like you're doing. Come join me here on Face of Parkinson so we can see each other, talk a little, and then you guys can interconnect, and again, the community just grows.
That's right.
All right, John, you take care. Thanks so much for being on with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, for Faces of Parkinson's, I'm Robert Cochran. We'll see you next time.